A Michigan man who went viral for driving on a suspended license while joining a Zoom call never had a license to begin with. Corey Harris went viral when he joined the Zoom call from his car on May 15th. But Judge J. Cedric Simpson discovered Harris was driving on a suspended license. He ordered Harris to turn himself in to jail by that evening or face arrest without a bond. According to reports, Harris's license was suspended as part of a child support case years ago.
Assistant Public Defender Natalie Tate for Mr. Harris, who should be present via Zoom.
Mr. Harris, are you driving?
Actually, I'm pulling into my doctor's office, actually. So just give me 1 second. I'm parking right now.
Great. You stationary?
I'm pulling in right now at this second. Yes, I am.
All right. What are we doing?
Your Honor, we are respectfully requesting an adjournment in this matter, up possibly 2 to 4 weeks if the court would allow.
So maybe I don't understand something. This is a driving while license suspended?
That is correct, Your Honor.
And he was just driving. And he didn't have a license.
Is with the charges, Your Honor, yes.
No, I'm looking at his record. He doesn't have a license. He's suspended and he's just driving.
That is correct, Your Honor.
I don't even know why he would do that. So defendant's bond is revoked in this matter. Defendant is to turn himself into the Washington County Jail by 6 p.m. today. Failure to turn himself in will result in a bench warrant with no bond.
However, it was reported that a judge reinstated Harris's license back in 2022. The license reinstatement was not submitted in the court's computer systems. Harris's claimed that he spent several days in jail due to a clerical error and he is considering filing a lawsuit. Then, on June 5th, Harris had his day in court before the same judge. Judge Simpson stated that the license reinstatement applied to Harris's driving privileges in the state. Simpson stated that Harris never had a license to drive in Michigan or any other state.
Let me make it very clear, based upon what the court looked at, he has never had a Michigan license, ever, and has never had a license in the other 49 states and commonwealths that form up this great union. He has never had a license.
But how do we go forward? And that's why I'm here, to sort of minimize. You okay? Can he did get into an accident. May he sit down? May he please, Your Honor?
Clear. Part of the reason I'm also doing this is because I think he was warned and released, didn't take care of it. And secondly, this has been out there for 9 years.
Well, I did not know about it, Your Honor. Okay.
Counsel, there is not a doubt in my mind that that's true. Yeah, I know.
Okay.
We'll see you in August.
Okay, thank you.
Defendant is remanded on the Allen Park warrant. So you go on the bail. So at this point, the bond will continue.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you.
He has never had a Michigan license, ever.
We asked Harris yesterday if he ever had a valid driver's license. He claimed he didn't remember.
Do you ever recall having one? Having a driver's license?
I knew I had a permit. I knew that.
A driver's permit, or?
I believe. I don't know. I can't say yes and I can't say no.
And that's odd because the Pittsfield Township police officer and prosecutor said during that October traffic stop, Corey Harris knew what was up.
At least twice during this traffic stop, he acknowledged to the officer that he did not have a valid license.
Harris told the judge that he didn't go to the Secretary of State branch to get a license because he was laid up from a car accident. But Simpson stated that Harris went to the Secretary of State's branch office last December to get a Michigan ID. Apparently, Harris has been driving without a valid license in Michigan for decades. Now, I'm just trying to wrap my mind around this because I'm, again, born and raised in Detroit. So realistically, Michigan native. I originally thought, just going by the United States, that the only way that you could have infractions or whatever on your license is if you have a license. So from one of the videos before, he stated that he had a permit at a moment in time. So, that's pretty much as far back as he can remember. I guess he thought a permit was a license and vice versa, whatnot, or whatever. And he thought that once, there was something that took place that, he would get everything sorted out when it dealt with the child support, which he cleared up. This is when the judge stated that, okay, your license is now reinstated. So, you should be completely fine and dandy to, in a sense, drive. All for him to have his day in court and find out that he has all of these infractions and different things going on with the license that never existed. Wow. When I heard that, it realistically blew my mind because it didn't make any type of sense. Like, it really didn't. But I guess you can incur things even though it does not exist. They'll just stack that up and they will wait up until you actually get a license, and then bam, hey, you get all these things that you have to fix and go through before you can actually readily, use your license. But his next court date, as they stated, I think is in August, and I think somewhere in between there, he should be getting things cleared up so that everything is fine and dandy. I'm not sure how the infractions or whatever he has directly on his record, his driving record, which realistically he doesn't have one. How those things are even going to be cleared up, I'm not sure what type of loopholes are there. Or I'm not sure if the judge is going to look at this as, just one huge error all over the board and, in a sense, call it a draw and decide like, hey, Mr. Harris, there's some things going on all over the board on both sides. So, why don't we just, call it even at the end of the day and we will just start anew, right? Looking at the judge, I will say this. I will commend the judge looking at the totality of everything that is taking place. The judge is actually pretty cool, calm, and collected. I will state that this judge is pretty, cool, calm, and collected. It seems like he would be the type of judge to work with you if you were to show progress, if you were to show that, hey, you respect the court, what he's ordering you to do, community service, whatever it is, you're doing that, you're on time, you're efficient. It seems like he would be the type of judge to actually work, with you instead of against you, instead of, having a judge that, I just want to, pad up my numbers and lock people up because it'll make me look better. Right. So, hopefully Mr. Harris will catch wind of that, notice that, and he will take full advantage of that and, work with the court system, work with that judge so that, this can get finished as expeditiously as possible. Because like I said before, this really threw me for a loop because, again, like I said before, when the video originally showed up, I'm like, man, like, how does this, in a sense happen? I'm like, why would you drive knowing that, your license isn't, any good? Then, we saw everything else that transpired after that. So